Your Skinstructors tip of the week. Not all redness means the same thing, and not all sensitive skin actually is sensitive skin. One of the biggest mistakes we see in the treatment room is treating sensitized skin like it's inherently sensitive. Or worse, continuing aggressive treatments on skin that's already compromised. If you don't understand why the skin is reacting, you can't choose the right treatment. You definitely can't build trust or results. So this week's reminder is simple. Pause, assess, repair before you push. Because calm skin is healthy skin, and healthy skin gets results.
Welcome back to the Skinstructors. I'm Jolie.
And I'm Morgan. First, I have to shout out this amazing new set upgrade. Yes. It is amazing.
I know, I love it.
I love it. I'm obsessed. Today's episode is a big one because this topic comes up constantly in the treatment room.
Yeah, we're talking about sensitive skin versus sensitized skin and how to actually tell the difference.
And how over-exfoliation plays into all of this, including the signs you're seeing, the damage that's happening under the surface, and how to properly recover the skin.
Yeah, because let's be honest, most of the sensitive skin we see today
is actually self-inflicted sensitization.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's start with true sensitive skin, because this is where a lot of confusion begins.
Yeah, sensitive skin is typically genetic or inherited. Mm-hmm. It's a skin type, not a temporary condition.
Yeah, and those clients often have a lower tolerance threshold from the start. So their skin is going to react more easily to things like temperature changes, wind, fragrances, preservatives, or even water quality.
Yep. And you'll often see sensitive skin associated with conditions like rosacea, eczema, or just chronic barrier dysfunction.
And this is important. Sensitive skin isn't necessarily inflamed all the time. It just reacts faster and more intensely when triggered.
Yeah, which means these clients usually know their skin well. They'll tell you, my skin has always been like this, or whenever I cleanse, I get red really quickly, and things like that.
Now let's talk about sensitized skin, because this is where most people get tripped up.
Yeah, sensitized skin is a temporary condition.
It's skin that was functioning normally, and then something pushed it beyond its tolerance level.
And 9 times out of 10, that something could be over-exfoliation or the latest TikTok trend or buying your skincare from TJ Maxx or Amazon. You got to watch out.
Yeah, or too many acids.
Yep.
I love that you mentioned over-exfoliation, because been there, done that very recently. Same. Actually. Too many actives, too many treatments, with no recovery time.
Yeah, or clients layering too much. So retinols, exfoliating cleansers, peels, devices, and like I said, TikTok advice all at once.
Stay away, guys. Sensitized skin often presents as burning, stinging, redness, tightness, sudden breakouts, dehydration, or that shiny, stretched look.
And the key difference here is timing. Sensitized skin usually comes with a story like, my skin never used to do this until ...
I used to always be able to put all of this stuff on my skin. If you misidentify sensitized skin as sensitive skin, you might avoid treatments unnecessarily.
But if you misidentify sensitive skin as just irritated and keep exfoliating,
yeah, you're actively going to damage the barrier and prolong the problem.
Correct diagnosis determines everything. Treatment selection, product choice, frequency, and client expectations.
Absolutely. Now let's get into over-exfoliation, because this deserves its own conversation.
Over-exfoliation happens when the rate of cell removal exceeds the skin's ability to repair itself.
Yeah, and that's going to compromise the stratum corneum, which can increase transepidermal water loss and leave nerve endings more exposed.
Yeah, which is why clients describe like burning, heat, and stinging, even with products that they used to tolerate well.
So some big red flags that we see with overexfoliation is persistent redness or flushing, burning or stinging with basic products, that tight, shiny, or plastic-looking skin, increased breakouts or inflammation, and then dehydration that doesn't improve with moisturizer.
Yeah, and the big indicator is that everything suddenly feels too strong for their skin.
Yeah, something that you might have been able to tolerate for the last 3 years suddenly becomes not tolerable.
Yeah. So the first rule is stop exfoliating. That includes acids, enzymes, scrubs, retinoids, everything. Just stop for a minute.
Yep, all your actives. And then your focus should be barrier repair and inflammation reduction.
Think calming treatments like hydration facials, barrier supportive masks, LED, lymphatic work.
No aggressive modalities. No, just a little peel. This is not the time. And at home, we're going to simplify everything.
Gentle cleanser, no actives, no fragrance, no exfoliation.
Yep, and using barrier repair moisturizers with ceramides, cholesterol, and fatty acids. We all know one of my favorites is triple lipid.
Absolutely.
Love her.
It's gorgeous. Add in calming ingredients like panthenol, allantoin, colloidal oatmeal, and Santella.
Love those. And of course, SPF, non-negotiable because compromised skin is more vulnerable to UV damage.
So getting into the recovery now, and this is where education is huge.
Yeah, barrier repair isn't going to happen overnight. It can be really frustrating, but it's going to look more like 4 to 6 weeks, sometimes even longer, depending on how severe it is.
Absolutely. You want to make sure that the skin is going through at least one keratin maturation cycle.
Yeah, I think that's really important to remember. And even someone who's an esthetician like myself, it can be so frustrating where you're like, I'm smothering my face in all these delicious products. Why is it not better after 2 days? And it truly does take the time. My skin, I jacked it up in November and December. And I'm finally here in February feeling like, okay, now my skin is like finally back to my normal.
Yeah.
All right, homework time.
This week, we want you to review your last 5 clients who said that they had sensitive skin. Ask yourself, was it truly sensitive or was it sensitized? Audit their home care routines for over-exfoliation. This includes not just what they're using, but how they're using it, and that will tell you a lot. And practice explaining the difference simply and confidently between sensitive and sensitized skin.
I love that. I think it's so important to be able to explain the differences to your client because so many people come in thinking they have sensitive skin, and it just takes a little education to get them on the right products and feel confident with their skin.
Absolutely.
If you can't explain it without sounding clinical or confusing, that's your cue to revisit the basics.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of the Skinstructors.
Make sure you're following us on Instagram. We have a really fun giveaway coming up.
Yes.
And we post a lot of continuing education tips and behind the scenes content.
Yeah. And don't forget to check out sttraining.com to subscribe and sign up for extra education and resources.
And as always,
Don't hesitate to educate.